Hi guys, it's Sherry Ward here from Square Tree Publishing, and today what I want to do is talk about interior formatting in your books that you're publishing. And a lot of times people are like, oh, formatting is just formatting, it's all the same, aren't all books the same? Well, no, they're not. And today what I'm going to do is give you some really good examples of different types of things that you can do to create interest in your interior formatting. So I'm going to take a normal book from a big publishing house, #1 bestseller. And if you look inside of here, I'm going to show you. Can you see how tiny that writing is? It's pretty tiny. A normal book's font is really pretty small, and the spacing around that. So the spacing's pretty small as well. So I'm going to show you some options of doing bigger spacing on that. So this would be another book that you could do with more spacing on it. So I'm hoping that you guys can all see that. So more spacing, the font is bigger and the letting's bigger. So the lettings in between the words, the spaces between the words are bigger too. So you've got not just font, but you've got letting. So in between that, you can do that. So that is some difference there between the smaller one and the bigger one. Is one right or wrong? No. The biggest question you need to ask yourself is, who is my niche audience? Who am I going after? If you're going after middle-aged people, well, join the group. We're all wearing cheaters right now, right? So we all have our cheaters on. And one time I ordered my favorite speaker's book, and when I got it, the font was so tiny, I just said, I don't even want to read it. It's going to take too much work to read it. If your niche is somebody that is very much in pain or grief, again, the bigger font and the wider letting, the spaces in between is going to be really good for them. If you're a millennial, go small all day long. They're fine. They can scroll right through that. Their eyes are pretty good. So it really depends on what your niche is and who you're going after on what you want to do with that. The second thing you can do for the interior is you can put pictures inside, which I know a lot of you guys have seen people that have put pictures inside. There's different ways to do it. You can do it fancy or just straightforward. Like on Sherry's book, we just did 4 on a page here. And then on the next page, we did the bigger pictures where we just did 2 on a page. So you can do that. What I would stay away from though is colored pictures inside. If your whole book is black and white and you've got colored pictures, it will basically double or triple the cost of your book. And is it really worth it for that color? Because you really can't charge that on the back side. So that's another thing to keep in mind with your pictures, is I would keep them black and white if your whole book is black and white, unless you want the cost of your book to increase and you think you can make that up on the back end. So that's another way with pictures. Most people put their pictures in the middle. You don't have to. You can put them in any different places that you want. So I'm going to jump to this one. This one is pictures in a different way. It's more caricatures, if I could say it like that, or graphs or anything like that. So here's one that we've got right here. And for this, you can go formal or you can go informal. He chooses to go informal on this. So you can go graphs, you can go pictures of people in here. You can draw it out like this. So I'm going to give you some examples. So that's one example. Another one. And you can just have little caricature guys, floating around. I know he likes to do the caricature guys as well. So you've got the caricature guys too. These are really good because you can get a feel for what the chapter's about. And he's teaching something. He's teaching an online marketing technique. And so you can kind of get a whole feel for where he's going with that. So again, pictures, graphs, you can go formal. You can go not so formal and more caricature based. Again, what does it depend on? It depends on your audience. Who's your audience? Who are you writing to? And then it also depends on you, like what's your personality? Because you want your personality to come out as well on the interior. Another one we have is Warren Sellers, and he has a book called The Journey of a Song, 60s and 70s. And what this is it's all about stories. So it's got different stories about songs of the 60s and 70s. And then it has how that song was written or what the inspiration for that song was. And then what you would do is you flip the page, and then it gives you the reveal. So as you can see, this looks really grunge, really like old. We want it to look like you found it in an attic to the back too. So the interior was really tricked out. We did a lot for this. So you can see that it's kind of grunge looking and old. Then we got pictures, and then over here we've got, again, it looks more old and different things. And then this looks like a piece of tape. So it looks like a piece of tape that we put up there. So this one's about Save the Last Dance. So it's talking about how that song came to be. You flip the page and it's the reveal. So you have to guess. It's a guessing game. This is a good gift book for anybody. You guess what song it is, and then it'll tell you in the reveal what the song was. And it says Save the Last Dance was recorded by the Drifters in 1960. It was a #1 record for them. And it was co-written and all this kind of stuff, and it hit the charts. Like all that stuff goes in here. So this one's a really cool, very unique interior. So that's why I wanted to show that to you. The next one that we have is pull quotes. So pull quotes is where maybe you've said something that you really want to stress to the reader, and you pull it out into a pull quote. So here we've got some pull quotes right here on the interior. Those are going to be awesome for putting into social media. So as your book comes out, what you can do is take those pull quotes and you can put them up on social media with a really cool picture. And then that way you have some more posts to do. So again, you don't have to do them every page. You can do them every now and then. And I think the pull quotes are a great option, especially if you want to stress something really important in the book. The last one that I want to talk about today is a theme-based interior. So one of our authors was a grieving mom, and so she has a ministry out to other grieving moms to help them go through that process and that grief of losing a child. And it's pretty harsh if I say, hey, you know, what happened the day your kid died or your child died? That's pretty harsh. So we softened it up a bit and we said, what happened the day the landslide hit? Because just because their child died, there's a lot of other things that hit besides that, and kind of a domino effect in their lives that just, it feels like an avalanche. So we took that theme of a landslide and the avalanche and we put it on the cover. And then one of the symbols that we used was the Edelweiss flower, and it's right here. And it basically means when you're coming out of that frozen phase, that shock and just frozen, that there's hope and that you can come out of that really harsh condition. So within the book, what we did is we put that flower on the interior. So as you can see it here, we put that flower right here again. And then you've got the swirls coming. So the swirls again mimic that landslide that hit. So we just incorporated all of that. And then we've got Jackie that actually had some snow coming down on her. So we took a picture of that to illustrate it. You can see this one, the watermark. I'm hoping you guys can see that. The watermark on that. It's like the landslide theme. And then what we also did is throughout the whole chapter, I'm going to show you how we did the spacing on it. So the spacing, how much white space is on that page? There's a ton of white space on that page. And even this one isn't filled up completely. And the reason why we do that is because of something, a lot of times they call it grieving brain, where you're just not thinking clearly. And so if you've got a page that's all cluttered and all really small font, it's going to be really, really hard for them to focus. And so we made it really easy for the moms to get through the book. We also put in here spindrift thoughts. So if you look here, it says spindrifts, and then we've got that little swirl. So again, everything matches, the whole book matches the theme. So you can have a theme-based book as well. What I can tell you through this whole process, really know your niche. Who are you marketing it to? Who is your book for? Who is your message going to reach? And you can say, oh, it's going to reach everybody. No, you really need to niche out and know exactly the most you can about your market and to really niche down as tight as you can be, because then you're going to make your interior formatting, your covers, everything about the book is going to match who you are targeting in your niche market. So here at Square Tree Publishing, we're a boutique publishing house, and we're looking for amazing authors that have an awesome message and want to inspire others. We're really looking for people that want to shift culture and do some big things with their stories, with their books, and with their curriculum. So if you'd like to schedule a free 15-minute consultation, go ahead and click the link and you'll be directed to an application where you can fill that out for your free 15-minute consultation. Until next time, guys, bye. Have a great day.